let's start. So yesterday we did different type of forces. Okay, so let's start. Now we will be talking about okay. Now we will talking about balanced and unbalanced forces. Okay, balanced and unbalanced. Okay. Now we did what did we did that force is a okay. We did force is a vector quantity. So remember when two forces, write it down everybody, two forces act in the same direction or are parallel, they add. For example, on a box, force of 5 Newton and 2 Newton is acting. So the resultant is 7 Newton. The resultant force is 7 Newton. What is resultant force? For is the sum of its resultant force is the sum of all the forces acting on a body on an object. Okay, write it down and let me know when you are done. Okay, are you done? Okay. Mustafa, are you done? Okay. So resultant force का तो sum of all forces acting on an object. So if two forces act in the two or more, ठीक है, दो से ज़्यादा भी हो सकती हैं. It can be more than two. If two forces act in the same direction or are parallel, they add. तो ये क्या करते हैं? 5 + 2 7 they add. ठीक है. So the resultant force is 7. अच्छा, what if two forces act on an object in an opposite direction, they subtract. For example, it's a box, 2 newtons in this direction and 5 newtons in this direction. So the resultant force will be 5 minus 2 is 3 newtons to right, because the right side force is bigger. The box will move 3 newtons towards right. It is clear. Okay, when you are done, let me know. Okay, moment done. Good. Okay. Now the next thing you should people know is balanced and unbalanced forces. First of all is balanced force. Balanced forces. Two equal forces acting in an opposite acting in opposite direction cancel each other out. These are balanced forces. Okay. For example, this is a box. This is 2 newtons on the right and 2 newtons on the left. So the resultant would be 2 minus 2 is 0. Hence, resultant force is zero in case of balanced forces. ठीक है, forces are balanced if they have the same magnitude and in opposite direction they cancel out each other. Hence resultant force is zero. Resultant force is zero in case of balanced forces. So whenever somebody asks you what are the resultant force in case of balanced forces, we say resultant force is zero. Let me know when you are done. Are you all done? Be quick. Are you done all? Zainab, Sumail, Nabia. Zainab, are you done? Zainab. Okay. Okay. The balance forces produces two effects. Number one is object balance forces produce two effects, and those two effects are object is is either at rest or or moving with constant slash steady speed. Okay. So what does balance forces do? It produces two effects. One is the object is at rest or moving with constant steady speed. So whenever an object is at rest or is moving with uniform speed, velocity, we say that the forces are balanced. Is it clear? Let me know when you are done. Is Sumail and Moment done? Okay, let's move forward. Now we will be talking about unbalanced forces. Okay, Sumail. We will see this thing which you are asking that if forces are balanced then how it is constant speed. When we will study Newton's second law, the second law says that acceleration is produced when forces are not balanced or they are unbalanced. And when forces are balanced, then it moves into the constant speed. So when we will move forward, you will understand how balanced forces make object move with a constant speed. Okay? Constant speed means that it is not accelerating. It's moving with the same speed. Okay? So we will see that. Okay? Just remember, yeah, okay, balanced forces have two effects. Number one, if the object is at rest, it will remain at rest. Or if the object is moving at constant speed, it will remain moving at constant speed. Okay? It will not accelerate. Is it clear, Somail? Okay. Now we are talking about unbalanced forces. Two forces are two forces are okay. Let me write. Two forces of different values two forces of different values acting in opposite direction on an object are unbalanced force. For example, you can see this box. One is 7 Newton towards right, another is 2 Newton towards left. Now they both are having the different values. Okay, both having the different values. Now the resultant would be what I told you, that when they are in the opposite direction, they cancel out. So 7 Newton minus 2 is 5 Newtons. So resultant is not 0 Newtons. Okay. So in case of unbalanced forces, in case of unbalanced forces, case of unbalanced forces, the resultant force is not zero. Okay, is it clear? Write it down. Are you done? Okay. Now we will see the effects of balanced force, unbalanced forces. The unbalanced forces, number one, affect either accelerate the object or decelerate. We know what is decelerate. Deceleration is the reducing the speed. So the unbalanced force either accelerate the object or decelerate. It should decelerate the object. Okay, are you done? When you are done, let me know. done. Now we will apply these balanced and unbalanced forces in Newton's law. Okay? So see how they are used in Newton's law. Okay? So now we are doing Newton's law of motion, and these unbalanced and balanced forces will come in effect. The first law is a body continues its state of rest or uniform motion until an external, or other word for external is unbalanced force, or we, instead of external I am write unbalanced force, until an unbalanced force acts on it. So what is the first law saying? First law saying a body continues its state of rest or uniform motion until an unbalanced force acts on it. And you remember what did we learn in balanced forces? What are the effects of balanced forces? That object will remain in rest, or either it will remain with uniform velocity or uniform speed. So see, first law is talking about, write it down, what first law is talking about balanced forces. First we're talking about the effects of balanced forces. Is it clear, Smile and everybody? See now how first law uses the concept of balanced forces. What do balanced forces do? Either it makes the object at rest, or it makes them to move with uniform motion or uniform velocity. That's basically the first law is saying. Then Zainab, clear Zainab, woman, Mustafa. Okay. Have you all written it down? Now, this first four. Okay. Now the second law is when a force is when a force acts on a body, when a force acts on a body, then accelerated, then acceleration is produced. Is produced. Is produced such that what? Point number one, acceleration A for acceleration is directly proportional to force. Meaning acceleration is, we know what is directly proportional. When acceleration will increase, force will also increase. To the force applied. Or you can also write for force applied, you can write it in bracket resultant force. What? Resultant force. We know what is resultant force. Resultant force is the sum of all forces acting on a body. And the second thing it will happen is what? Acceleration is inversely proportional to. Okay? That is, acceleration is inversely proportional to the mass of the body. So more the mass, less the acceleration. Okay, less the mass, more the acceleration. Okay, so write these 2 points down. Okay. Smile, what the second law is saying is that, for example, there is an object and it is at rest, or it is moving with constant speed. Okay? And when you apply a force, by force we mean, okay, here I should write, everybody should write from change, you should write external force. In place of force, just write external force. So an object is moving or an object is rest, okay, and when you push or you give an external force, like for example there's a box on the table, it is at rest, and you hit the box, what will happen? The box will move now. So your hand is producing what? External force. And bots will start to move. So bots, when bots will move, bots moving because acceleration is produced. So when an external force acts on a body, in this case, external force is produced by your hand and the body is the box. So when you put external your hand on the box, you hit the box will move. What is this movement called? This is movement due to acceleration. So basically what the second law says, that when external force acts on a body, then acceleration is produced such that acceleration, now the more force you will apply, the harder you will hit the box, the more fastly the box will move, or the more quickly will the box is moving. Meaning that if you put more force on the box, there will be more acceleration produced. If you put less force on the box, there will be less acceleration produced. Similarly, if the box has a big size, so you need, if you put your external force or you hit the box, a bigger box, it will move less. But similarly, with the same force, if you hit your with your hand a smaller box, it will move more. Meaning that object which has more mass has less acceleration, or less acceleration is produced, while boxes or masses which have small mass produces more acceleration. Hence, this is inversely proportional relationship. What is an inversely proportional relationship? One quantity increases, second quantity decreases. So if the mass is small, more acceleration will be produced when you apply external force. But if mass is big, then less acceleration is produced when external force is applied. Clear? This is what the Newton's second law is saying. Is it clear? Smile. Okay, has everybody written it down? Okay. The last thing is the Newton's third law. Third law says to every action, there is equal and opposite reaction. What does it mean? It means this is a box, and if you hit the box or apply a force of 2 newtons, in return box will also uh, now this is u, okay, and you are applying 2 newton force on the wall. This is a wall. In return, the wall will also produce 2 newtons on you. Okay, so this is what Newton's third law says, that to every action there is equal and opposite reaction. So equal reaction 2 newtons, but in the opposite direction. So if you apply force of 2 newtons on the wall, in return wall will be also be applying force of 2 newtons on you. Is this clear? Similarly, if there is a table and you write and you put a book on the table, like let's say this is a book. So the book has a weight downwards on the table. As a result, the table will also be putting force upwards on the book. So this is again reaction at example of third law. To every action there is equal and opposite reaction. Okay. this clear? J. Okay. Okay, we will stop over here, revise this, revise the notes, and revise it from the book, and we will continue tomorrow. Okay? Okay. Any questions? Any questions you want to ask? Ji, Nabiya, Zainab, Sumail. Okay. Okay, revise this from the book as well. Okay, okay, then Allah Hafiz.